One.
First off, we give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh,
Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Kadash. I want to give double honor to our apostles, double honor to our elders, a great millstone, and touch the truth and will well, and salutations to you, hopeful eloquence in this truth and honesty, sincerity. This is Brother Yahweh Sop.
Khan, the brother of Kagabar.
We are a couple of brothers at GMS Kansas City camp, cutting another week in, week out, just doing a sit down to the Spirit. And we wanted to do a land back off of this lesson, the testimony that one of the elders shared, and it's titled Two Angels Appeared as Men on Both Sides of Me. Okay, this was extremely edifying and really set the fear of the Lord, which is the sentiment of his lesson. Was fear Yahweh Shem outside, fear of the Lord, man. And he's going to share his testimony of his woman not fearing the Lord and not listening to him, not honoring him and acknowledging him as a man of the Lord. That's part of fearing the Lord for the women, is the men that you're with that's laboring in this ministry. You need to treat them as if they were Yahweh Shai himself in front of you.
God.
And a lot of women just don't see it. They're faking like they believe in this thing until something happens. And the Lord is beginning to judge Eve right now on a massive scale.
Right.
And he's showing you that, yes, we are the real men. And this is what happens when you come against them.
That's right.
If you don't take the warning, you got to learn the hard way, and that's the worst way. And she actually got a lot of mercy giving the testimony, because it could have went way, way left. So I want to play this elder's testimony, and then I want to speak on a personal testimony that I like to share as well that's similar to what he experienced. He experienced his woman in person, physically seeing two angels appear, okay, that scared the shit out of her.
Yeah.
Like she was, coming against her husband, her man. Imagine a woman, back talking. I don't know if it was that bad.
Right.
But it was the point, he was expressing in his voice that he was extremely vexed of her not honoring him, not listening to him, not fearing the Lord. So two angels appeared on either side of him. And she was the only one that could see them. And he couldn't see them. But she told him the testimony, and she got judged with a boil on her foot.
Right.
And I experienced something similar. I'm going to share my testimony after we play this, and we go into it, because right here, this needs to be spread, across the nation of Israel, man, to show what times we're living in. Isaiah 4:1's at the door.
Yeah.
Eve and Esau are both going down bad.
Yeah.
And the Lord is physically showing you miracles now, like to let you know, who you involved with and who you come against, man.
I was going to say, too, the fact that, like the brother said, Isaiah 4:1 is at the door, but also Micah 7:10. Because as the elder's going to give his testimony, he was going into it how, she was frightened, man. Ultimately thought that he was going to give the angels the command to take her out.
Right.
And when you go into Micah 7:10, it tells you she that is my enemy is going to see it, man. And what is she going to see? She's going to see judgment going forth, man. God. See? And then what's going to happen, a lot of these women are going to get trodden down in the streets because they don't have the fear of the Lord, man. Like the brother said, as Sarah called Abraham Lord, that's how you women are supposed to treat the man of the Lord, man.
That's right.
See, that's how you're supposed to treat your men, and then the Lord gives examples as to what's going to happen, with a lot of you not doing that, man, because you've been bullshitting.
That's right. And then y'all don't understand how serious this is, because he made a statement in the video that his woman prayed to Yahweh Shem Shai that she received the portion of Sarah.
Yeah, God.
So she actually got it at that point. So be careful what you ask for, you're going to get it. But when you ask something that's highly spiritual and important on a level, and it catches the Lord's attention, he hears that, he's going to give you what you ask for. He's going to give you what you ask for. So when you ask for a high level spiritual thing, which is a righteous thing, you want to be like Sarah.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that. So the Lord be like, okay, you want to be like her? I want to see you more women like her. I'm going to put this on you.
Yep.
And that's really the lot that all you women have. You have the portion of Sarah when you deal with a man of Yahweh Shem Shai.
Right.
When there's a man laboring at the highways and hedges, that is what's on the line. So if you want to ignore the risk and the fear involved with that, as far as disrespecting those men and mistreating them and offending them, then you risk the judgment.
Yeah.
You risk the judgment of coming against Yahweh Shem Shai, and it's going to be fit for somebody that would go off if Sarah herself went off.
Yeah.
The Lord ain't going to play that, man.
I got a real quick one.
God.
This is Proverbs chapter 19 and 23. It says, the fear of the Lord Yahweh tended to life, And he that hath it shall abide satisfied. He shall not be visited with evil. Okay, and as you know, we about to play the elder's testimony. Ultimately, his wife, when he was going into it, was visited with evil, man, because the elder was going into the fear of the Lord. See, when you don't have the fear of the Lord, man, you're gonna be visited. The Lord gonna jack your ass up, man. That's why we know the fear of the Lord is the beginning to all of this, man. The wisdom, the understanding, you know, all of these things starts with fearing Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, man.
That's right. That's right. So, yeah, man, we're going to go ahead and play this lesson, and then we'll probably pause it, speak on it. And like I said, after we hear this elder's testimony, I'll share mine as well.
When you talk about spiritual power, the fear of the Lord is spiritual power. It gives you access. Okay, just want to make that clear. Now, to get to the testimony, I had an argument with my wife because I was asking her to do something that had to do with fearing the Lord. I gave her a command that she was supposed to follow, and she did not follow it. But again, the command had to do with fearing Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Okay, I'm not going to go all into the argument, but I'm getting right to the point. And because she did not follow that order, it angered me. I got angry. And I got angry and took her to the room, and I addressed her about it. And when I addressed her about it, the spirit she had on her, she had an evil spirit on her, a very evil spirit, that no matter what I said of the reason of the command, no matter what I reminded of why, that it was due to the fear of the Lord, and that I want to get closer to the Lord, okay? I'm trying to focus on the fear of the Lord. That's all I want to do. And I was very adamant and very expressive of that point. The more I saw that she wasn't humble, and the more I saw her, you know, the spirit of her continue to talk back and downplay it, the more I got angry. Okay? And the more I got angry. And it just went up and up and up. Okay? That's why I started with the scripture. Let's go back to it. Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 1. Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil. You never want to downplay the focus of the fear of the Lord when it's being spoken by a man of the Lord in all sincerity and humility. Okay, because that's the main thing that the Lord cares about, right? Work out your salvation with fear and trembling. Okay, hear the conclusion of the whole matter, right? The Lord's mercy is great. Okay, just as the heavens is higher than the earth to those that fear him. Okay, so there's many scriptures, all right? So she wasn't doing that at that moment. She was being a fool. Okay, and I kept saying it. I want to fear the Lord. I want to fear the Lord. This is about fearing the Lord. Like I was getting angry. Okay, just telling you the raw truth. Okay, and when I saw she was not budging, and she did not humble herself, and she did not keep her foot, that's when I got very angry. And I kept pointing. The angels are right here looking at you. The angels are right here looking at you. I kept saying that. Okay, trying to give you some of the raw emotion. Okay, and I kept saying, they're looking at you. Look like a fool. You look like a fool. Look at you. You think the angels ain't here? They're right here beside me. They're watching you right now. And I kept pointing to my side that that's where they were. And I told her, keep your foot. And I said it aggressively, keep your foot. And as soon as I said it, a boil popped on her foot, right in the middle of her foot. Okay, and she felt it. And when she felt it, she went, huh. And she started going down to her foot. And she realized that a boil was on her foot. Then she told me, you did that to me, you did that to me. And I said, the Lord did that to you. Because you need to keep your foot. You're being wicked right now.
And that's the spirit, man. The phone hit the chime on that one. And my phone will do not disturb, so I'm not supposed to hear anything. You know? Yeah. So a boil appeared right there on her foot, and notice how her first reaction was to defense and come against him. You did this to me. Zero accountability. The Lord ain't dealing with that zero accountability shit.
Right.
Like the first thing that should have set in, you should have feared your husband. Fuck. Damn, I'm not listening. Let me stop. Instead, you want to go on, attack mode. That combative shit, the Lord ain't dealing with it no more, and he's going to judge it heavily.
That's right. Real quick. I got
That's like it.
So like it. This is Ecclesiastes 5:1. It say, keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of the Most High, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil.
Right. And in your house of the Most High, for women, is considered your husband. Mm-hmm. Okay? So shut your mouth. All right? Because you don't get to Yahweh Shai overstepping your husband. Right. He actually has the ability to null and void your prayers.
Yep.
He can send a prayer to Heavenly Father. Hey, block her prayers. She's wicked, and none of your prayers will come to fruition. All right? That's the most power that that your husband has over you. Go ahead, Salaki.
Yeah, kind of say, keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of the Most High, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil, man. And this is why scriptures tell you that ultimately our people are going to realize that the prophets have been among them, man, because our people are not ready to hear. Okay, that's why the Lord say whether they hear or whether they forbear, they're going to know a prophet was among them, man. Because all we got to do is proclaim the words of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shah, man. That's what we set out to warn you people. You know what I'm saying? To push the fear of the Lord in the earth. All right, to warn your ass to repent or die. If you hear and take heed, hey, you might save your soul, man. But if you don't, the Lord is going to bring judgments, man. There's just no way around that. Okay? And I'll get a con out on that.
Con. And we're going to play a little bit more.
Okay? I'm putting all this energy into this household to put the fear of the Lord at the front. All this energy. Okay? And I gave you a command that had to do with the spirit and the intention, the pure intention of fearing the Lord. And you downplayed it. You disrespected me. That's what I was saying to her. So she was kind of in shock that her foot got a random boil right in the middle. When I told her to keep your foot, and all of a sudden she felt it like a zap in the middle of her foot. Okay? And then all of a sudden she started to shut down. At this moment, she's seeing the angels appear as men. Okay? One on my right side and one on my left. And they're facing me. So you have an angel on my right side, and he's facing me, not facing her. And you have an angel on the left side facing me. Okay, so I'm fully surrounded, okay, by these angels, right? At that moment, she's not telling me that she's seeing these men. She just got real quiet, right? And after we spoke, she was scared to speak. Okay, so she immediately got humble. And after I stopped speaking, that's when she eventually revealed to me that she saw two angels standing next to me on both sides. And she said that she couldn't look up. She was scared to look up. Okay, that's why she reminded me. That's why I got quiet, she said. And she said she didn't want to interrupt me to tell me because I had a conversation already went. So she was scared to speak at that moment.
And that right there is probably one of the heaviest testimonies I've heard out of all my time being in the truth. Brothers have seen angels. We've even seen angels on camera. I remember a couple years back in the LA camp, there was that brolic angel that stood behind the camp, behind the tree, you know, that revealed himself. But this is now, and we told y'all this was coming. This is now a physical, literal, non-dream, real in-person testimony of somebody physically seeing not one but two angels. Not just you stumble across an angel unaware, like seeing a homeless person, because we hear those testimonies a lot.
Right.
No, these are angels that manifested out of a realm.
Yeah.
On either side of the elder that was speaking to his wife. All right, and they came right after he was warning her to keep your foot. I mean, shut up, listen, you know. And she didn't. A boil popped up on her foot, man, and right in the middle, exactly as he was talking about the foot. And them angels were ready to receive a command from the brother. All he needed to do is say the word, put her to death, and that would have happened.
Man.
That's heavy, man.
That's heavy. Man.
You want to speak on it?
Nah, I was on. You can keep playing it.
God.
And she was scared to look up to be able to see the faces, etc., etc. So what she saw was from the arms and the shoulders down. And she said they had big arms, like big muscles. She said they were very, very tall, and that they were standing there as if they were waiting for a command from me to possibly put her to death. Okay, those were her words. Okay, and the arms were folded, by the way. I forgot that point. The arms were folded. And she said that they had that look like, tell me when. So she thought possibly that they were there to put it to death. And it frightened her. Okay? And she said they had wrists, like gold wristbands. And she said that there were stones in the wristbands, and the stones were a mixture of brown and green in the wristbands. And she can see from the side that they had a gold belt. Okay, like a gold girdle belt. And she said that was gold. Okay, she didn't see any stones from the side on that gold, but she saw the gold. And she said that she could see the gold plates, like from the side. She can tell it was gold, but she can't see the stones as far as the ephod because they were facing me. So she's only seeing them sideways, right from the side. And she said they had a glowy white garment all the way down to the foot. And that their skin had a spiritual glow on it. Like polish. It was a polished spiritual glow that was mixed in and bouncing off the skin. And I asked her, I said, why you didn't tell me when you saw it? She said, because I was too scared. And I was scared to look up. And I wanted to be humble and be quiet. which she did the right thing. She kept her foot, right?
Yeah.
And that right there is what y'all should do, man. But this shows you that your woman is not going to really get in order until she physically sees some shit like this, until it's too late.
Yep.
And this woman had mercy because she's still breathing. Okay? But easily, man, the angels couldn't have just stopped at just putting a boil on her foot. It could have been worse.
Yeah. Yep.
Way, way worse, man. So a lot of this is what it's going to take for Eve to get right. So don't overly frustrate yourself or find yourself getting too upset with the women that you deal with in general. Just accept that they're not going to get it.
Yeah.
A lot of them just don't really have faith for real. It's going to take the miracles for them to even remotely have a little bit of faith, and even then,
I was gonna say, even then, the Lord just gonna put some of them to death, man.
Yeah.
Because this is an example. This is a testimony, man. Like the brother said, the Lord could have took it there, man. He really could have took it there, but we know that a lot of even after hearing testimonies like this, man, a lot of Eve is still not gonna take heed, man.
right.
So what the Lord gonna have to do is He really just gonna have to start sending you to the spirit world.
Right, yeah, because Eve is quick to see some things in person, and then go right back to her wicked
Right,
behavior.
yeah,
Like within the next 2 minutes,
Yeah.
they can go back to being wicked and go back to snapping and disrespecting you. Like,
Yep.
how can you see something like that and go backwards? You would ask yourself, as a person with logical common sense. But this is just the nature. This is how bad our women are.
Yep.
Like they don't give a fuck. They don't have any fear. I bet she got fear now.
Yeah.
She physically saw two angels, and a lot of brothers physically can't even say that. They physically saw angels manifest like that.
Yeah.
So that right there, hey, it's a very humbling experience, man.
Yeah.
You better be extra grateful and thankful. But Eve, hey, I done had a woman I dealt with multiple that lived with me and shared testimonies of seeing angels in my crib. As far as like the chariots, I remember both women that I had that lived with me at one point. They both shared a testimony that they were walking into the kitchen at night and they saw a saucer, like a glowing golden saucer or orb, go across the floor like slowly in my living room. And they were like frozen because they couldn't understand what they were seeing. But they seen the chariot, come across. Two women gave the same testimony, man. Okay? And guess where both of those women are at right now? For the streets. They gone, man.
Yeah.
They both called upon the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. They both claim to be a believer. They both claim, hey, look, you are my husband. I'm going to submit. They both had times where they were being submissive and doing things. And then both of them, at the end of the day, later down the road, because of the pride of life, let that cloud their memory and they forgot everything about the Lord.
Yeah.
So now they gone, man.
Yeah.
Dealing with other men and doing their thing and getting judged.
Yep. Yep. Real quick one. This is Micah 7:10. It say, then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is Yahweh thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her, now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. See? And the testimonies that the brother gave, that the elder gave, Eve saw it.
Right.
Eve saw the angels of the Lord, man. The chariots.
Like, that makes me low-key a little jealous.
Right.
Like, yeah, you got to see angels in person, man. Like, how good can it get? You got to physically see what people try to make you recreate in movies, man.
Yeah, man.
You saw it in person. Eve?
Yep.
What the fuck is wrong with y'all, man?
Yeah.
Damn,
And
man.
but even the fact though that they seen it, and that's why with the testimony the other gave, she was frightened, man. Mm-hmm. Like we can't really put ourselves in the shoes, but like when she seen the angels, she said that she thought that her husband was gonna get a command for them to do what they had to do, man. Mm-hmm. So she was frightened.
Yeah, you saw him in a way you don't want to see him.
Right, exactly, right. Mm-hmm. So how much more so, man, in these times, when you women see motherfuckers dropping left and right, they talking about these new viruses spreading. Okay, we know the war is ongoing. Okay, all the chaos and calamity coming. You gonna see it. The same shit we warned about week in, week out, man. You gonna see this happening. You women that's been in the truth, that have dealt with the men of the Lord, you know what it is. You gonna see these things. You're gonna say, "Oh shit, man, he was actually telling me about this." Mm-hmm. And what's gonna happen, man? You gonna get jacked up because you didn't take heed, man. Y'all didn't take it seriously. Okay, the truth is not just about the men getting in order and getting right, which, you know, it starts with us, all right, at the end of the day. But you women got to get in order too, man. All right, like brothers say time and time again, majority of the 2/3 is women.
That's right.
Majority of 2/3 is women, man. Like, that's going to be a lot of women getting put to death in these times, man. Mm-hmm. Because y'all can't be accountable and y'all don't got to fear the Lord. That's why in this verse it said, shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is Yahweh thy power? She was been mocking, man. You know? You know, women, if they don't see the shit you speaking on happen the very next day, like you said earlier, man, they don't got faith for real.
No, they don't. They going through the motions and they pretending, man.
Yeah.
And I had a quick one just to back you up. This is the book of Ezekiel 33. And I'll start at verse 32. It says, and lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice and can play well on an instrument. So when you come across people, they just look at you as somebody that's a good teacher, you know, that has a good message, and they know what you're saying is right. It sounds so good. So sometimes they do have a little bit of belief in you. Mm-hmm. They're like, yeah, you know, this guy's... I've even had women tell me, I think you're one of the hopeful elect. I think you're one of those 144,000 you teach about. Mm-hmm. She's like, I think, you know, very pleasant song, right?
Yeah. Yep.
It says, and can play well on the instrument. For they hear thy words, but they do them not. Mm. So you hear what you're supposed to do, but you don't do it. You don't do it because you want to maintain your status in this wicked-ass world of society, putting you above on a pedestal to be able to do whatever you want to do, and you can be like a man and not listen. You can go get on Section 8, go get your own crib. You can spit in your man's face. You can do all this other shit, man. Take his kids, try to put them on child support. You women have been given the liberty to do all those things. Gather bride, go from man to man to man, go through 10 dicks in a week, sometimes 100.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know?
They body count reset at the start of the year and shit.
As soon as y'all break up, the body count goes up like 30, 40 men within the first month. You know? That's what these whores do, you know?
You made a good point, though. That's why they hear it, but they don't take heed. Because this society pedestalizes women, man. Mm-hmm. The truth puts the man back in his rightful position, which shows you majority of you women ain't right because you don't accept that, man.
Right.
If Sarah, like the testimony got brought out, you know, she paid for a double portion of what Sarah had. Well, Sarah called Abraham Lord, man, or a double portion or a portion, Salaki.
Yeah.
But Sarah called Abraham Lord, so she understood that dynamic, man. Mm-hmm. Most of you women don't understand that. And that's why the Lord is going to put you to death because you can't get with the fact that the Lord deals with order, man, and a man is above the woman whenever you get through.
That's right. That's right. It says, for they hear thy words, but they do them not. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that our prophet hath been among them. Yep. So now we are at the point of this prophecy being activated clearly.
Yeah.
These people are beginning to see that a prophet is among them. Everything we've been saying was going to happen is happening.
It's happening, man.
Like, it's piece by piece by piece. It may not be everything at one time, all the things we talked about, but big, huge, enormous things that are happening right now. Mm-hmm. Especially with this war with Iran. People see it. This mark of the beast. Mm-hmm. People see it.
Yeah.
Okay, the famine's on the way. Now pestilences. Now talks of another pandizzy is back.
Yep.
Another scary ass flu.
Yep.
You know?
Hantavirus.
That's some scary ass shit. We was just talking about that before it got started.
Yep.
You know, so we told y'all all these things were gonna come, and now all of them are happening. So now women are just steady, just fucking looking, man. They be looking hard too, man. I done had women damn near fucking fall and break their goddamn neck while I'm at work. Like, damn, man.
Yeah.
And you know,
hey, bro, and you know, to the testimony that got brought out, who knows what they see, man?
Right.
The Lord could put a spirit on them. They like, you know, they could see something in us. You know, they could see the spirit on us, man.
Yeah.
They might see, that the angels around brothers or whatever, man. Like, we don't know, like. Mm-hmm. But the scriptures tell you that then shall be known who are my chosen.
That's right.
Like, the Lord about to put the men of the Lord on such a level, man, you ain't going to really be able to refute it. Because going through these times, most people are going to have no faith. They're going to be getting jacked up. They're going to be anxious, you know, wondering and where their next meal is coming from and all these things. But, yeah, we're going to have a certain level-headedness about us, man. That's because right. the Lord going to have that spirit on us.
God. I had a quick one. This is Isaiah 13:12, and it says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. And that's talking about the men of the Lord.
That's right.
So this is why that attention is, that spotlight's being put on us, man.
Yeah.
You know, I done bagged probably the most finest women I have seen in my whole life while in the truth.
Yeah.
Not while I was in the world.
Yeah.
And when I was in the world, I consider myself probably, I was more fit. You know, I was in the military. I looked better. You know, I consider myself more attractive back then. But the Lord now is shining the light on us. So the women see it different. They want us now, man.
Bro, and that's the spirit though, because that shows you it's not. That shows you it's the Lord controls, like He controls all that, man. Mm-hmm. All right, they speak about a high value man. Well, a true high value man is a man that has wisdom, man. Okay, because scriptures tell you money is a defense and so is wisdom. Mm-hmm. But we know money is going to fail in these times, man. So when the going gets tough, what are you going to be able to lean back on? And we're going to have the wisdom and knowledge, man.
Right.
See. That's what these women. That's what's gonna make us such a high value in these times, is because we're gonna have the wisdom and knowledge of the Lord.
That's right.
And it's not a matter of what we do. It's the Lord can easily give brothers. You know, He told King David that, man. If you wanted more, I could have easily gave you more women, man.
Yep. Exactly.
It's all through the Lord.
So that jealousy shit you're gonna have to throw out the window with that said.
That shit is done in these times, man.
Hey, look, you're gonna have to get back in the mindset of our ancient forefathers and foregrandmothers.
Yep.
They lived a polygamous lifestyle.
Yep.
Which if you don't know what that means a man had more than one wife.
Yep.
Okay, and it was not on no freaky tip shit like 4 or 5 women in the same bed. No, that's off.
Yep.
It was supposed to be is a man has more than one wife and he deals with her privately, individually.
Yeah.
Okay, he gives a woman her portion, her time. He takes time with her, maybe a week or however he divides it up. That works between all of y'all.
Yeah.
Okay, you spend time with her. You know, she come in his living quarters, spend some time. She get on our cycle. She needs to go be set apart. Now it's another wife's turn to have her time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
You know that's what it is. And guess what? In the ancient world, there was no animosity there.
No.
So much so that a Sarah, he said, "Hey, look, you can have my handmaiden. You know, I can't have kids." So she didn't have enough jealousy in her, you know, to say no, you can't. Nowadays, there's never gonna be no woman tell you, "Hey, go fuck another girl to get a baby."
Hell no.
No, that ain't gonna happen, man. But that goes to show you the mentality. There were ways where there was no bone of jealousy there for her to have fear of telling him to go do that. She understood that men have concubines, men have multiple wives. It's in our nature to do it. That's like trying to feed a caged lion some celery.
Right.
He ain't gonna eat the shit, man.
Right.
You know, and it's in our nature to have multiple wives.
Yeah.
You know, but I wanted to share my testimony as well, since we're speaking on it. It's been about 3 years now, maybe 2 or 3, probably closer to 3 years. The woman I was dealing with at the time, we had got into it regularly. You know, she basically identified herself as being a believer. She found out what I was about. I didn't intentionally expose her to it, but she found out. You know, especially when you live with a woman, you can't hide too much shit for that long.
Yeah.
You know, but she found out, and she was very inspired by it, and she dived all into it. Okay, she was studying a lot. She wanted to learn more and more. She learned the name Yahweh Shem Shai. She started calling upon that name. She changed her lifestyle. She started wearing head wraps. You know, she stopped. So, Slakia. But yeah, man, and it got to the point to where she wanted to do what she wanted to do. Okay, and I believe she was on an adulterous spirit. She wanted to go to a comedy club on her own without me there. And, you know, to me watch my kids as well as her kids, like, on some cuck shit, I wasn't having it, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, fuck no. I'm not stupid. You know, but, hey, it went left. I cussed her out, you know, told her it wasn't going to happen. She ended up sneaking out anyway. Did what she fucking wanted to do. And she just took off. Basically on some fuck you shit, I do what I want. And that literally came out her mouth. You know, so when she left, the minute she left, I sent up prayers and said, you know, if Yahweh Shem Shah, she's on some off shit, judge this woman. Baba Shah, Baba Shah, Baba Shah. The very next day, I kid you not, her whole left side face turned into Two-Face, man. Like, you know, off of Batman, that criminal.
Yeah.
Like, I called her. Hey, her whole face, left side, broke out into shingles. Okay? Like boils, big boils, man. And she was in antagonizing pain. Shingles is like a plague of boils / leprosy, is what it is.
That ain't nothing light.
And it's it looks like herpes on steroids, but it can happen anywhere on your body, and it typically happens when you get old. When you get like after your 60s and you start getting into your 70s, you hear people testimonies breaking out within the shingles virus. It's excruciating, painful, man. It's like it's described as if somebody took a blowtorch and just held it at the place of your breakout. And she was in pain, man. She was in tears. She was crying, and she was fucked up for 7 days, man. It took 7 days to get rid of it, and it was all on the left side. It left her face scarred permanently. She still has blotches and dark brown spots from where all the boils were, and the boils didn't just start at the face; it went down inside her ear, because she wasn't listening. And I kept telling her the same thing, like the elder saying, "Hey, keep your foot, keep your foot." I kept telling her, "Hey, you need to listen. Listen. Don't do what you want to do. You're gonna get judged, man." She didn't listen, man. So what ended up happening is, she had the plague of boils that broke out on her left side of her face. At the same time, her mother was basically damn near put on her deathbed. So she got word that her mother had kidney failure, and she went to the hospital. So she was extremely stressed out about that. And I'm just like, damn, man, like the Lord is fucking her up. And I kind of felt bad for a moment. I'm like, damn, shit, was that too much of a prayer to send up? Because I was seeing her fucked up, man. Right. She was going out bad, man. But guess what? That didn't put no fear in her, man. So later down the road, because of that, I'm no longer with her, and she got judged so grievously. Hey, everything that a nigga woman could do to a so-called black man legally, I'm gonna just say it like this: it happened to her. And right now, she has a very difficult time being allowed to see her seed. I'll put it that way.
Yep.
And guess what? Zero repentance, man. Still being wicked. Now, I mean, I don't know what's going on in personal life, but like the brother said, we don't know what these women see. Yeah. And after you leave them, you don't know what the Lord is doing to fuck them up and to reveal to them of what they did against one of the Lord's men.
And Salakia, bro. Because you might even in your mind, like you said, you was like, oh, dang, was this too much dealing with her mother or whatever? Hey, because I had a similar testimony, which I'm not really going to go all the way into it, but dealing with ex-demons, man, especially that know the truth, the Lord, even if time goes on and you might feel like, oh shit, you over it, you might be dealing with a new bitch or whatever, and you don't too much, feel no type of way about it. Not to say you don't feel no type of way, but you kind of, you know what I'm saying, doing what you got to do. The Lord, that don't mean the Lord forget, man.
Right.
That's all I'm gonna say.
God.
That do not mean the Lord forget. Like the Lord will still jack these women up, man, and I've seen it. He does that. See? So, hey, just going, back in the brother's testimony up, man.
That's right, bro. That's right. So, hey, this lesson really put the fear on all of us, not just women in general. Right. And it isn't a personal attack on women that we individually deal with, And I'm not going to call that sister out by her name that used to deal with me, but that's more than one woman that something like this has happened. I had another woman damn near broke her goddamn ankle. Foot almost broke clean off. Damn. Not listening to me, man. So I had another woman, the first woman I ever dealt with before I even knew the truth. She committed adultery on me publicly, and the Lord sent a spirit of vengeance to one of her ex-husbands, and he came to put her to death, missed her, but unalived her father. And that happened within about 4 months after me and her broke up. And I remember her calling me, crying hysterically about it. She, he killed my dad. He killed my dad. Hey, the Lord don't play when it comes to his men, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna back that up real quick. This is Psalms 105, and I'm gonna just jump to the point. It says Psalms 105 and 13, verse 12. It says, when they were but a few men in number, yea, very few and strangers in it, when they went from one nation to another, from one kingdom to another people, he suffered no man to do them wrong, yea, he reproved kings for their sakes, saying, touch not mine anointed, and do my prophets no harm.
I'm not just talking about physical harm.
Yep.
All right, that's talking about spiritual harm.
Yep.
Emotional harm too, man.
Yeah.
Because those are weapons too. If the brain goes down, the rest of the body falls. And trauma, which you do with heartbreak, it physically causes stress, which physically causes health damages.
Yeah, it does. Yep.
This is where later on in life, people get to suffer from plagues like dementia. That comes from a years long of life of stress and agonizing stress. Stress is a bad chemical in your body that is very toxic and poisonous.
Yep.
So when a woman is being a lion in your household, man, the scriptures say, I'd rather dwell in the wilderness than with an angry woman and in a White House, roughly paraphrasing.
Wilderness, the rooftop.
The rooftop.
I just want to be away from that bitch, man.
Yeah. So what women don't get it. Y'all think that just because you piss us off or you break our hearts, that's you consider that minute because you didn't cause any physical harm. No, you caused physical harm, what you were doing.
Yeah.
That's what you don't get, man.
Yeah.
And y'all you just only care about your own emotions. You don't understand that we have feelings too, man.
Yeah.
You think of us that, hey, we're not supposed to have any type of emotion at all.
Right.
We're not supposed to experience heartbreak, and if we do, we're considered lesser of a man. That's some bullshit.
Right.
Call us punks and bitches because we explained to you how this made us feel.
Right.
Or you a pussy. You emotional. No, man.
Yeah.
Lord ain't dealing with that, man. And brothers is choosing peace.
Yeah.
At a massive scale. Like, I choose just not even deal with them as of right now. Because I got too much on my plate. Mm-hmm. But, hey, these women, you didn't want to be held accountable? Well, you're being forced right now. The spirit of this prophecy, the word is coming out, man. The things that were written is coming to pass. Your eyes are seeing your teachers. Okay? Scripture says, she that is my enemy shall see it.
Yep.
And our enemy is seeing it. Esau and Eve, our two biggest enemies.
Yeah.
They both seen it.
Yep. Getting fucked up right now, man.
Come on. You have more on that?
No, I think that was it.
Come on. All right, one. This is Ephesians 5, verse 22. It says, wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord. All right? So submit yourself the same way you would to your husband as if Yahushua himself or Yahweh himself appeared in front of you. The way you would submit to Yahweh, you're supposed to submit to your husband. Okay? It says, for the husband is the head of the wife, even as Mashiach is the head of the church, and he is the savior of the body. So the husband is given direct correlation in comparison to how Yahushua is the head of all the world in Israel, the head of the church. Your husband is head over you.
Yep.
Okay? And it says the head of the church, and he is the savior of the body. So your husband is your savior.
Yeah.
If you're a woman of marital age, y'all don't fucking get it. Your ticket on that chariot is being with a man of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, submitting to your husband, man.
Yeah.
It ain't you trying to be a teacher and do what we do.
No.
Okay? That's off. It ain't you open up the scriptures and trying to tell us something which you think you know and understand.
That's why we just been going into the testimony. Keep your foot, man. Keep your mouth.
Right.
Just listen. Just fall in order, man.
Just shut the fuck up.
In other words,
You don't know shit. There be these women that try to tell you that you're not a good man, you this and that, you're supposed to be doing that. But guess what? They didn't have any type of examples. They grew up in a broken household.
Right.
Mom and dad was not there.
Right.
You didn't have any training on how to be a wife, but you're always trying to tell us how we're doing wrong.
bitch got daddy issues. Like,
Hey,
you can't make that shit up, man.
what training do you have? What resume do you have to even be in a position or role of a wife? Ask yourself that.
And that's
How you qualified?
That's a good point, because most of the bitches, they be saying, who ain't a real man, who ain't a real this. Are you a real woman, man?
Right.
Are you actual servant unto your man? And most of you are not. Mm-hmm. So how are you, like the brother said, how are you qualified to say anything about what I am as a man? You can't do that, man.
You can't do that, man. And they all in that same mentality. Their first thing to say, well, I ain't going to submit. We don't live in those times no more. This is 2026. No, you got to cook too. No, you got to clean too. No, bitch, you got to get the fuck out of my house because you're not being in your place.
Right.
Okay? We're not dealing with that shit, man. We have other things to worry about. A man stays in his man's role, and you stay as a woman and be a helpmeet and a servant, man. That's what you were created for. The word woman means female servant, literally, man, when you look it up.
Yep.
So, a lot of y'all aren't women. You're just fucking dragons. You're demons.
Yeah.
You're things. Like, I done been looking at women in such disgust lately, man.
Yeah.
And I done had some of the finest women now been kind of showing attention and shit, and it's like, now I'm just so fucking over it, bro.
Bro, yeah. You get down to it, man. Without a man, without that order of a man to actually lead them, a lot of these females are messy as shit, man.
Right.
I see what when you say looking at them with disgust, bro, because I've been on that same shit. A lot of them just messy. They sloppy, man.
Yeah,
like,
bro. We're tired of it, bro. Like, I just don't have the energy no more, the patience for y'all.
Yeah.
A woman really got to go 100% humble towards me for me to even give her a time of day and my attention, man.
Yeah.
She come any type of way, but promiscuity, looking type of way. She got a big social media following. I'm not dealing with it.
We don't have to deal with it.
I might be recreational use only. You throw some box in it and you don't make it difficult for me, I'll take it.
Right.
But besides that, I'm not pursuing shit.
Yeah, we ain't putting in no work.
It says, therefore, as the church is subject unto a Mashiach, so let the wives be to their own husbands in everything. And that's the point, man. In everything, be in subjection. When you look up that subjection, means servitude, submit. Do as you're told, man. Listen. Keep your foot. Shut the fuck up. Listen, cook, clean. Okay? Gender roles. Going back to the 1940s and 50s, duties and responsibilities of a man and a woman. Mm-hmm. That's the origin of how it's supposed to be. Yep. And nobody's supposed to be getting on no damn one knee towards you. You're supposed to be being down on one knee. You're supposed to be giving us the engagement ring. It ain't the other way around.
Right.
Now, in the ancient world, we would have never gave you no engagement ring. We give it to your father. We ask your father for your hand in marriage, man. But because this society so ass backwards, they got all this shit down on one knee. You submit, you bow down to a woman, beg her to be with you.
Off, man.
Beg her to not cheat on you. We done with that shit, bro. Like they act like it's a privilege to be with you for her not cheating on you. They always throw that in your face. I can have another you. That Beyonce shit,
Yeah.
I can leave you for another man. And guess what? You're going to leave that man for another man. And the other man for another man. It's never going to stop.
Right.
It's a never-ending story, man.
Yep.
Like that movie, Never-Ending Story. It don't never fucking stop. Mm-hmm. Like, y'all think that y'all replace somebody, and then you got to go through and do it again. How many times you going to have to replace somebody?
Bro, until they fucking face full of tattoos, they got septum piercings, all the damn nose piercings, bro. Like, we can see it. That's what you women don't realize, man. Like, when you start doing all that, sleeping around and all these different men and shit, they spirits get on you, man.
Yep.
The semen that you letting these niggas nut all in your ass and shit, they spirits stay on you. And then it starts to show outwardly because that's when these bitches start dyeing their hair all these different weird ass colors.
Yep.
Getting all these neck tattoos and all these fucking, septum piercings and shit.
Right.
You literally become like a toxic reptile to where it's like, oh, we noticed that way from this bitch.
Right. It's like a damn Down syndrome patient, man. Y'all start turning into it. You even start looking more retarded.
Yeah, they do.
Like you made a good point. They get to dyeing their hair color. That ex-wife did that shit. She dyed her fucking hair damn burgundy and purple. Yeah. The whole time I was with her for 3 years, they never dyed her fucking hair.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, we breaking up. She cut all her fucking hair off.
Yep.
Short. Like, who wants to deal with that, man? Yeah. Like, brother's got his taste. Some brothers might like wanting a little shorter hair, but I like something that can flow. I can feel on my chest, man. That nice long hair.
Right.
That's comforting as fuck, bro. She chopped that shit off, just bugged out.
Yeah.
That's
a long hair. It's a woman's glory.
Yeah. That's a glory of your husband. Representation of you. You got a good man. If you got long flowing hair, you probably got a good man.
Yeah. Yeah.
But these women don't get it though, man. But now you guys are gonna see. But ultimately, this is for all of Israel to feel the Lord, because you women, y'all are the face of the 2/3. Like the brother says, more of y'all mostly gonna be the 2/3 that get destroyed. Mm-hmm. But if you had to put like a logo for the representation of the 2/3, it'd be a black woman's face.
It'd be that statue in New York.
Right, with a fucking with the fucking hair bonnet, the Bonnet Chronicles, man. Every time I see a bitch, I always say, "Damn, it's the motherfucking Bonnet Chronicles." God damn, bro. That's so sick.
God. Yeah, man. Shit. Yeah. How about I bring this out real quick? 1 Timothy 2:15, just because we was on that point, it say, notwithstanding, she should be saved in childbearing, if they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety.
It says if they continue in faith. So if you continue in faith, okay? When it says she shall be saved in childbearing, it doesn't necessarily mean just bearing children, because the scriptures say in the last days, it's not wise to have kids. Mm-hmm. But when you look up that word childbearing in the blue letter and you trace it back, it actually goes to a Hebrew word, and it goes into serving a man. Mm. So that's what childbearing is talking about. So you will be saved in serving a man of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Not by your own accord, you running the streets, you going back to Christianity, you trying Buddha, you going to the Anunnaki, and seeking the Anunnaki for fucking answers. And you got that nigga, what's his name? Billy Carlson. I can't remember the main teacher of that bullshit. One of the biggest guys. He actually teaches that women in their past lives could have been a man.
Oh, hell no.
Like, that shit's bugged the fuck out, bro.
Yeah.
And that's pushing that dyke spirit on bitches.
Yeah, that's yeah.
That's already the problem with women. They're masculine as fuck.
Yeah.
You know? But that's the type of shit that he teaches. You know, they go file for all that shit. They fall all sorts of madness, man.
And I was just gonna say real quick, because like even when these bitches start, you know, gathering a bride, when they start sleeping with all these different men, that put a masculine spirit on them, man.
Yeah.
That's why we always talk about, like, man, we don't have virgins on this side. Like, you gotta think about it. We actually have virgins, women who have not known a man. They're not gonna necessarily come with that masculine spirit.
Right.
Like, a lot of them are a lot more coachable. They're more feminine. They're more submissive. They're more easy to deal with.
Yeah.
That's like an indicator if a bitch done had too many niggas, man. Like, that bitch all super, and not, you know, some bitches, you know, they got their little attitude and shit, you know, brothers fuck with, but
yeah,
by and large, man, like a bitch, if she all super masculine and shit, she probably done been ran through.
Yeah, she done had too many men. If they're really aggressive like that, that's a nature. Because the reason why there's so much fights and correlate, because the woman is doing too much to be like a man. A man's supposed to have a lot of hella bodies on him. Like, he should have,
right.
He should be able to deal with, because a man on a regular, he should have a concubine, multiple wives. Yep. Okay, so it's okay for a man. He's biologically wired to do that. But women have been doing that. So somebody has to be the woman.
Yeah.
And if a man is trying to be the woman, it won't fucking work, because you're not going to have any respect. Your spirit is yearning for a man to put you in your place. Yeah. So that's why you like men fucking choking you while you riding you out. Yeah. You know you like to be thrown on the bed. Yeah. Some of them have a fetish of, you know, you putting on the damn thief clothes, you know, putting on the ski mask and shit.
Yeah.
They like that rough shit, because that's that tough.
They be reading them all types of big night, bro. They be reading them smut books, niggas having like guns and knives and playing with them, all types of shit.
All sorts of shit, man. I done had women that told me they want me to smack them, want me to choke them. I got really mad at the ex-demon. I had to fucking, you know, damn near fucking suplex her ass on the floor. And she's like, oh, that, after we got done fighting, she's like, oh, that turned me on. Yep. What?
Yep.
That didn't turn me on at all. Like, I don't want to have to deal with, I don't want to fight.
Exactly.
Like, men every day, we're warriors. We have to go to war. We got to fight other men, okay? If we don't get aroused from fighting other men.
Right.
Okay? So, to have to do that in your own home, that's like, it's almost, that's on some Momo spirit. Yeah. When you're laying next to somebody, that's a goddamn warrior too.
Yeah.
That's fighting. No, that's a whole nother nigga next to you. That's
fucking Blueface and Christian's relationship.
Yeah, man.
Motherfuckers always fighting each other and shit, bro. Like, that shit's toxic. That comes from a terrible upbringing and women growing up in a single mother household, seeing their mom being toxic, fighting, police getting called, ambulances getting involved, somebody going to jail, somebody getting bonded, bailing out. They're used to seeing that from a young age. Yeah. So that's what they call normal. Yeah. That's not fucking normal. There's nothing normal about that.
There's nothing normal about you getting your man's face, spitting in his face, kicking in his door, taking his kids from him, scratching him, kicking him, tearing up his shit.
Just to come back around, have makeup sex, and be aroused by it, man.
That shit is normal. That's like a psychological damage, man. Yeah. It's narcissism, and it's called a trauma bond. That's a scientific definition for it. It's called trauma bonds. Right. So what it is, it's a high and low of a chemical imbalance. You go through an extreme high level of stress, and then the stress is only ended when the woman stops her behavior and gives you some sex. So your body gets addicted to that type of up and down shit. And it creates a bond. That's what it's hard to break up with a bitch that's, you done been fighting, you don't have to get police involved. Because your body over time, it gets wired like, okay, the only way I can escape this type of bad feeling is if I stop her what she's doing. If I lay down and have sex with her, then that'll stop it. Damn. But it continues. And then you get the addiction from the endorphins, from the feeling of being comforted after that trauma. But the main motherfucker that caused the trauma is you bitches in the first place, man. So you create the fucking the fear, and you create the goddamn pride at the same time. It's just we're done. We're done with it, bro. Like, we're not dealing with it no more.
Yeah, nah.
And every brother is tired of it. Even men that's not in the truth. Every black man in general is sick of that shit. That's why we dealing with the so-called white woman, the Asian woman. We're not dealing with Keisha and even fucking the Northern Kingdom. I done been married to an Ishkarite woman. I got 2 kids by one. That bitch is just as bad as fucking Eve, man.
Yep.
Just as fucking bad.
Yeah.
You know? But this is the times that we're living in, to where all that is coming to an end, man.
That's right.
It's coming to a dead end. You know, and I want to grab that in Isaiah, because the Lord is really moving, man, and showing these spirits and these examples. And a lot of these women still ain't gonna get, like I said, they're only gonna start making a turnaround is when more of that testimony begins to come to pass.
Yeah.
Okay, that's just the name of the game that we're in. This is the book of Isaiah. Did you have something up?
Nah.
Okay, God. This is Isaiah chapter. Start at 3. It's Isaiah 3, and then we could probably get ready to close out.
Go.
It's Isaiah chapter 3. All right, it says, I'll start at verses 16. It says, moreover, the Lord said, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and menacing as they go, making a twinkling with their feet. Okay, that's talking about the women that have a problem with needing attention a lot. They wear a lot of jewelry. They go out. You can hear them jingle bells coming all the way. You know, all them fucking bracelets and shit. And they're steady looking at this guy, locking eyes. Looking at this guy, locking eyes. Staring at other men. Staring at another guy. Staring at another guy. Mm-hmm. That's that wanton eyes. Okay? It says, therefore Yahweh will smite with the scab at the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and Yahweh will discover their secret parts. So that means you're going to be losing your hair through, what's that disease called? Apoplegia or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Where the hair falls out. Okay? That's a problem that so-called black women have. It's not being able to maintain their hair. A lot of hair issues.
Yeah.
That's why the weave stores are always in business. Okay? And says, and discover their secret parts that goes into STDs. Most black women you deal with, they don't have some type of terrible STD. Chlamydia, herpes, gonorrhea, okay? And they be spreading that nasty, dirty-ass cooch all over the fucking United States. It says, in that day, Yahweh will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet, and their calls, and their round tires like the moon. So all those plastic surgeries, injections, okay? The Lord going to smite all of that. And now you see everybody's complaining about how those ass injections, they smell horrible.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Yeah. It says, the chains and the bracelets and the mufflers, the bonnets, the motherfucking bonnets, man. The Bonnet Chronicles, man. I just want every bitch I see in public wearing that shit, I just want to smack it off of them, bro.
For real, though.
But then again, I don't want to smack it off because I don't want to see what's underneath.
You don't want to see that, bro. A roach can crawl out.
Right. Nigga, roach might come out and smack my ass, man. What the fuck? Destroy this whole home. You know? It says the chains, the bracelets, and the mufflers, the bonnets, and the ornaments of the legs, the headbands, and the tablets, and earrings, the rings, nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparel, and the mantles, and the wimples, and the crisping pins. So all that shit that's overflowing out your closet, Lord ain't dealing with it. If you're a woman and you got an overflowing closet like that, too much fucking jewelry that you don't ever wear, you got a problem. And you probably fulfilling this prophecy. Okay? It says, the glasses and the fine linen and the hoods and veils. It says, and it shall come to pass that instead of a sweet smell, there shall be stink. And instead of a girdle, a rent. And instead of well-set hair, baldness. And instead of stomacher, a girding and sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. So, you know, you cooch on fire because you done been around too much. You know, it stinks really bad. That's what it says. It's just, instead of sweet smell, it stink.
Yeah, and because y'all pH balance be off because you be fucking around with different niggas and y'all diets and shit.
Yeah.
Like we mentioned earlier, you women be so damn messy, man. You move around too quick. You do too damn much shit to where you need to slow the fuck down and just stay home, man. Sit down somewhere.
Right.
Y'all women out here moving like men. Like we supposed to be out in the field doing what we got to do, moving around. You women don't moving like that, man. It just don't sit well for you, man.
No, it don't. It don't ever work out for you, man. You set yourself up to a victim where something can happen to you. Yeah. For one, it's not safe. You don't have your head with you. You don't think of your head as your personal bodyguard.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to have one everywhere you go.
Yeah.
You know, Now we're in Babylon. We're not in the ancient world, but in the ancient world, our women were carried places, man.
Yeah.
Their feet didn't even touch the ground.
Yep.
The royal women, royal Israelite women.
Yeah.
That's how important it was. They didn't just go anywhere. So no, you ain't supposed to go to a fucking comedy club on your own.
No.
You're not supposed to go to a club, period, by yourself.
Right.
You're not supposed to go to a bar. You're not supposed to be out at night, period, alone.
No.
That's off. An ancient Israel woman wouldn't even think or want to do some shit like that.
Yeah.
Okay. It says, thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war. Draft day is coming.
Yep.
All right, they said this December they're going to be picking and selecting the people for the draft. They're going to get notified if they've been automatically registered. So they're not going to have to mail you a letter where it used to be where you got to sign up for the draft. No, it's automatic now come December. So all the bodies will be selected come December, and then soon you're going to get a notification it's time to go.
Yep.
Okay? So you're going to get notified when you got automatically picked starting this year.
Yeah.
So that means a lot of these men that they've been put on a pedestal, you know, because we're good men up here, man. We actually take care of our wives, our women. We got our lives together. Brothers got businesses, nice cars and shit, man. You know, but when it comes to good men, they treat good men terribly.
Yep.
They cheat on them with fucking the thugs and shit like that. They're from the streets.
Yep.
That's what they want. That's what they respect. Those, every last one of them, gonna die in the war.
Yep. And hey, like the account with I believe it was King David and Nabal.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord going a lot of you niggas gonna die, and your women are gonna be consecrated to men of the Lord.
Right.
That was the example with King David, man. You know, with these wicked niggas, man, the Lord is gonna send a lot of you niggas off over there to die, and you're gonna have a lot of single mothers. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these single mothers with children and shit. And trust me, in that day, we gonna pick and choose, man.
Right.
Right, we're gonna be the bougie ones. We're gonna be the ones, you know what I'm saying, deciding if we want to fuck with you or not. And that's just what it's gonna be, man, because you're not gonna have a choice.
Right.
There's gonna be so few men left in these times ahead, man. You're not going to have a fucking choice.
That's right, man. And that's why you got a lot of women looking. They don't care if they got a man or not. The spotlight is being put on the man. How about Shemal Shai?
Yeah.
A lot of those women, they're gonna be widowed and very soon.
Yep.
Very, very soon. You know, so brothers get ready because like the apostles always say, you're going to have to beat them off you, man.
Yeah.
Literally, you're going to have to carry around a baton and you're going to have to fight bitches because they're going to be trying to come and be with you that goddamn bad. And then they're going to be desperate. And it ain't going to be pretty a lot of times.
Right.
They're going to come to you smelling like a orangutan from the zoo. Like, them monkeys, they stink, man.
Yeah.
You ever go to the zoo, you can smell them motherfuckers, man.
Yeah.
That's how the women are going to smell.
Because even when you're reading it in Isaiah 3, all of that shit you're able to glitter and glamour yourself with and pretty much cover up the bullshit within, you ain't gonna have that.
No, you ain't gonna have it.
You're not gonna have it, man.
They're gonna have no razors, so they're gonna be bushy as motherfuckers. They're gonna have no tampons.
Hey, and how? Hey, it's not gonna be bad because a lot of these women, some of they pussy already smell now.
Mm-hmm.
How much more so when you ain't even gonna be able to fucking bathe and wash yourself and do your hygiene, man?
Right.
We're gonna smell you bitches from a mile away, man. Yeah, hell yeah, we're gonna beat you off. I don't want that around me.
Yeah, they're gonna be literally grabbing on you, trying to rip your clothes. Please, please, begging you.
Yeah.
Have their kids behind them. Their kids, you're gonna see the cheekbones showing
right.
on how hungry they are. Hey, and a lot of those women, it's gonna start with you women that dealt with us first, that dealt with men of Yahweh Shemal Shai. You wronged us, you left, and you dealt with other men. Yep. You're going to be the one that's going to fall victim of that.
That's right.
And we're going to witness you being put to death.
That's right.
It might happen right for our very eyes. You might see a woman that you dealt with that really wrongs you, and you're going to see her get put down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So these are the times we're coming in, man. It says, thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war, and her gates shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. That's all you're going to do is sit the fuck down. Now you're going to be forced to sit the fuck down. You didn't want to sit the fuck down when you had the time of peace, when you could have locked in your salvation. Nah, you didn't want it. So now you're going to be forced to sit the fuck down.
See, them hard times going to do it. That's why the elder's testimony, when she saw the two angels, that's when that fear was on her. That's when she had to humble down.
Yeah, now she didn't want to speak.
Yeah.
Now you want to be quiet.
Yeah.
That's what it takes, man.
Yeah.
This is women like, we always say women like children, man. It takes a fucking ass woman for them to listen.
Yeah, makes sense.
And they got to get the ass whooping from the Lord. And that's the ass whooping you don't want, man.
You don't want that shit, man.
You don't want it, man. And we don't got time to give you an ass whooping. We're not doing it. We're just not going to deal with you.
Right.
Okay? We're just going to buy, and you're going to wish you were with us.
Yeah.
Verses, this is Isaiah 4:1. It says, and in that day, 7 women, can you get that in the NLT?
Yeah, God.
Isaiah 4:1 says, in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Well, the brother's going to read that in the NLT because it's going to show the mentality of really how it's going to be.
This is Isaiah 4:1 NLT. It say, in that day, so few men will be left that 7 women will fight for each man, saying, let us all marry you. We will provide our own food and clothing. Only let us take your name so we won't be mocked as old maids.
So I had a bitch last year that told me, hey, look, if you want to continue dealing with me, you have to pay my bills. Because if you're having sex with me, then you need to be able to pay my bills. And this motherfucker had 3 kids by 3 different men.
Wow.
Okay? And the reason why she had that mentality, the bitch used to be a fucking prostitute. You know, she was stacked. I mean, 10 out of 10 looks, body, everything. Gorgeous woman. Probably the most gorgeous I done dealt with. You know, dealt with her for about a month, man. I said, watch before Passover. She gonna bug the fuck out.
I remember you going into that.
Yep. And she bugged out, and then that's when she said it. She gave that ultimatum. I said, no, that's not my responsibility. You need to call the men that are the fathers of your children to help pay their bills and their food. It ain't my job to do that shit.
Absolutely.
You chose to be a single mother and have that lifestyle. So you also choose to deal with the consequences of that. You don't get a man that's gonna totally provide for you. I'm gonna do what I can if you wanna be in that role of being a wife. But she didn't even want the role as a wife. I said, hey, do you want a commitment? What's what you try to do? She didn't want a commitment. But she wanted me to commit to paying her bills though, because I'm popping her.
Yeah.
Nah, it don't work like
shit.
that. Nah. So the scripture say, you read that 10 Bible shop?
Yeah, in that day, so few men will be left that 7 women will fight for each man, saying, let us all marry you. We will provide our own food and clothing.
Right. So you're going to have your own job, your own substance, and you still going to want to be with us. That's opposite right now. Nobody wants to be with you unless you you giving them money.
Yeah.
You taking them to dinner, you buying them clothes and shit. You know, she wanted me to take her and buy her a dress before we go to dinner. All this off the wall shit. I was like, are you still prostituting? Like, no, I'm not doing that.
Tricking for you hoes, man.
Nah, fuck that. Like, no, I got 3 boys of my own. I'm single out of 3. Yeah. I don't got it like that to do that. And even if I did, I ain't giving it to you.
Right, that's the point. Even if you're not doing that.
You're so entitled. What makes you think that you're entitled is because you're having sex with me that you get all this treatment? No, man. No. Sex is not equal exchange of money unless you're a prostitute. Now, if you're a prostitute, then that's what it is. Be 100 with it. Say you want compensation, financial for sex.
Right,
and if I got enough money, I'm willing to pay it.
Yeah.
You know, men deal with concubines. That's part of concubines too, or prostitutes.
Yeah.
But you're not about to sit up here and play house like you're going to be a wife.
Yeah.
And you expecting wife treatment, but you still want to be a fucking hoe, and I accept you and commit to you, and next thing you know, you uncommitted, you getting dicked down by somebody else because you mad because I didn't fucking call you enough.
Yeah.
Like,
you ain't going for that shit.
I'm not about to do all that, man. Because y'all in a heartbreak for any reason cheat. You're not loyal at all. Yeah. So, in that day it says that you're going to bring your own food, your own clothes. I mean, we're not going to come to the table with nothing for you. You're still going to want to just be called by our name. Why? Because you're going to see that glow. Yep. You're going to see that protection. You're going to recognize that a real fucking king is in your presence.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. Yep.
Con, you got more on that, bro?
No, that was it. I mean, yeah, that was it.
And verse 2, it says, in that day shall the branch of Yahweh be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comely for them that are escaped of Israel. So this is a good thing. A lot of y'all think this is a punishment. Oh, well, I'm going to share you. No, it says that day is going to be beautiful and glorious. So this is the righteous way. It's how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to have a sister wife, goddammit. Mm-hmm. Get over it.
Yeah.
You're going to have to share. We had to share you.
Right. For
all these motherfucking centuries. Right. You being off. We had to share you with other men. A lot of y'all going behind our back doing shit. That's why we fight at home with you, because you snuck out on us, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now, no, it's time for you to permanently be in order where you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be sharing us. We don't fucking share you.
That's right.
You know?
Right.
We have the roster, not you.
Yep.
You know? The real kings of the nature of how we're supposed to be and how we're supposed to live in is returning, man. And those of you that don't want to get right, you're going to see more than 2 angels, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna see a blade coming across your fucking throat because
Yeah.
the Lord gonna send the death angel spirit on these soldiers and these troops in this war to come after you.
Yeah.
You, your children, all that shit you put on your pedestal, everything you know and love is gonna be gone if y'all don't get right.
Yep. And a lot of you, and I'll just add real quick, a lot of you, man, a lot of you hoes, because that's what a lot of you bitches is, man. You've been playing the field, you've been thinking, you've been living that high life, you know, feeling good, getting digged down by all these niggas. When you read in the book of Zechariah and the book of Isaiah, a lot of you gonna get raped. Mm-hmm. A lot of you women, all that energy you putting out there, man, and it's gonna be no pleasure behind it. Ain't gonna be nothing like that, man. A lot of you are gonna get fucked up, man.
That's right.
You're gonna get grabbed up, like the brother mentioned. These troops, not even just these troops, these deranged ass motherfucking individuals out here, man.
Yeah.
When these niggas is let loose, these niggas that got real mental disorders, man. In these times, all the energy you've been putting out is gonna come back on you, man.
Yeah. And that's scary because y'all have such a fetish and infatuation for the white man.
Yeah.
That's going to be the most sick, grotesque person in that day.
Yeah.
Because their nature is returning.
That nigga's
Like
straight.
Jeffrey Dahmer, do you know that that's almost in every... I'm talking about real Edomite spirit, not the Israelite foreigners that look like white people. Because you got some so-called Israelites that look like white people that are actually Israelites.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the heathen ones, like the real prejudiced KKK white men. They have an infatuation and a taste for flesh. They're cannibals. Okay? And they have a very fetish of seeing people getting murdered and cut up and shit.
Yeah.
So they're going to be getting you women, and that's what they're going to be doing to y'all. And they're going to be, like a brother said, no type of pleasurable, fulfilling your fetish type
you know
shit.
these bitches got weird ass fetishes and
Yeah,
shit.
they got weird shit. Nah,
And they
man.
gonna be none of that.
You're going to be having serial killers grabbing you up.
Yep.
And they're going to be running trains on you, and they're going to be doing experiments on you.
No man in sight. No amount of screaming. You can be screaming and echoing throughout the fucking night. Nobody's coming to save you.
No, not in that day, man. And that day's fast approaching. We've seen it. We've seen news reports left and right of a lot of black women getting unalived, man, by their intimate partners.
Yeah.
Getting hunted down, even by men. These 2/3 ass poo-shites you wearing niggas.
Yeah.
Y'all been dealing with. They've been gunning y'all down.
Yep.
X so-and-so went missing. So-and-so found in the fucking lake. So-and-so chopped up here.
Yeah.
So-and-so found in the trunk. It's videos. Somebody getting unalive, point blank range, boom. Because jealousy is a rage of a man. Y'all being held accountable, you being forced to held accountable. So if you don't want to be forced to get right, man, and find out the wrong time, then get in order right the fuck now, man. Right now. That's it on that, man.
That's it. God.
That's it. Yeah, did you have anything else, bro?
Nah, that was
God.
that was it.
So with that, Lord's will, this lesson was edifying. I'm going to go ahead and close out. Give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles, double honors to our elders, the great millstone, Tasha's truth and will well. And salutations to you, hopefully, push this truth in all sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.